Bulamadık ki nerede? Bir tane çalışmamız vardı. Tamam. Yoktu mu oralarda? Baksana. Görevli mi götürdü acaba? El mikrofonu baktı ama yok. Şimdi masa mikrofonları burada işe yaramayacak gibi. Mikrofonu bekliyoruz. El mikrofonu yok değil mi masada? Nereye gitti? Bir çalışmıyor yani. Şarjı bitti. Evet, doğru. Sistemi çok kötü. Seni getiriyor mu?
İkinci panelimiz için Sayın Mehmet Altunbaşı, Sayın Büşra Turan'ı, Sayın Olcay Kılıççı'yı, Sayın Mehmet Çetinkaya'yı, Sayın Ümit Toprak'ı sahneye davet ediyorum. I invite Jacqueline Rivera and Yasmin Isabel to the stage for second panel.
Yes, dear guests. Yeah, we are happy to see you even in the afternoon. This session will be a bit different than maybe you experienced before, because today we will try to combine volunteering with entrepreneurship. Though it's not totally the same, they have very similarity, and we intentionally took this session because we know one of the fundamental problems of volunteering is lack of cooperation. Lack of cooperation.
Bilmiyorum hocam, onu şarj olabilir.
Yes. And today you will see different kinds of initiatives which are totally started as a volunteering activity and then shift to another stage. They all are complementary, by the way. That's why I hope today the general picture of volunteering will change in your mind with evaluating with volunteering. Today we have 6 guests, 4 of them from Turkey and 2 of them from Bulgaria. I hope to, I want to start with our Bulgarian friends. And who wants to start, Yasin? Do you want to start? Yeah, please. You have 10 minutes. Please.
Thanks. Hello, everybody. Good, okay. So, my name is Yasin. I come from Sofia, Bulgaria. First of all, I would like to say a very big thank you for the great organization and the great hospitality of our host. For me, it's always a pleasure to be guest in your country. Thank you. So, okay. The instructions of our hosts were that we have to prepare very short, brief information about our organization. It's a little bit complicated for me because I have to explain my last 6 years with only a few words. That's why my decision was to create a short PowerPoint file with more pictures, with less words. So I will talk very short. I will show some pictures. That's my decision. So what is a voluntary formation for disaster response of the municipality? This is my voluntary team. We are a specially trained group of civilians which is in constant readiness for mobilization. That means that we are directly subordinated to the mayor of the city. We are performing different activities in charge of prevention, responding, and elimination of disaster and different emergency situations. We are the biggest voluntary unit in our country, which is operating in the biggest city, our capital, Sofia. We are official part of the National United Rescue System also. Here you can see picture. This is our official structure. We have one main leader and 2 deputy leaders. Okay, the third picture is mine. I'm one of the deputy leaders of the team. We are also volunteers. We are not national or local authorities. We don't receive money for this. Our structure is, as you can see, we have 58 members, grouped in 8 special groups for first medical aid, for performing firefighter activities, using special equipment, also operating motor pumps, chainsaws, etc. Also, we have 2 rescue groups, basic rescue groups, including water and mountain rescue activities. What we usually do during the year, we are doing 4 main groups of activities: training and learning, prevention activities, disaster responding, unfortunately, and cleaning the consequences of the disasters in our country. Here you can see 2 pictures of our trainings. We usually train with professional firefighters, professional rescue teams, with Bulgarian Red Cross organization, and with different NGOs which are operating something in the sector of the rescue operation. we are, so you can see some pictures, our water rescue activities, trainings, of course. In the topic of prevention, we usually work with children and students. We are participating in different seminars and demonstrations like this one. We are arranging protective measures against disasters, cleaning riverbeds, dike building, planting trees also, and everything else. Sometimes we are arranging monitoring and control of the level of the rivers in our city. For example, during spring, there is a very big danger from floods. You can see 4 pictures, our work with children. This one high school in Sofia. So there we are arranging different demonstrations with special equipment. Here we can have a good influence to the children, which is very important for us. After that, like I told, we are building dikes. This is a special example from our last year, where there was a huge threat from a big flood in Sofia. So that is the result of our common work. Like I told you, as part of the national rescue system, we could receive a call in different cases, like wildfires, floods, earthquakes, chemical accidents, terrorist attacks, unfortunately, storms, and everything else. What about our last 4 or 5 years? We were participating in extinguishing 4 big wildfires in the mountains nearby the capital. Of course, there were huge floods with many people dead, including children, unfortunately, in Varna and Tunisia 2 years ago. It was a very, very bad situation. You can have a quick overview of the situation there. It was very bad. Like I told you, in the consequences of different emergency situations, like big storms. This is an example from the capital, Sofia. What else? An example from last week. There was a very big event in our capital, very big concert with over 100,000 visitors. It was maybe the most dangerous event in the history of our capital, because it was an open event on a square, not on a stadium or somewhere in a special hall. It was open concert. So we were there to support not emphasis the police, but the firefighters, the special medical services, and other rescue groups. I think everything was okay. That's why I'm here. So. And I would like to share with you what is the volunteering for me personally. I have again one slide with 3 pictures. I don't know, it's not perfect. Like I told you, 6 years of my life are connected with the volunteering. I hope I will continue with this, but there were just 3 words for me. This was my first association with the word volunteering. Friendship, satisfaction, and proud. This is the volunteering for me in my topic of work. So I will finish right now. If you have questions, I will be happy to continue our conversation after this session. Thank you for your attention.
so much for your personal point of view and your organization. And Jacqueline, you can tell me.
Hello everyone, my name is Euravon. I'm a student and a volunteer from Startup Bulgaria. This is my organization. That picture is taken from the internet file. The name of the center where I volunteer is Regina, and it is part from a bigger organization named Center for work with volunteers. That's the logo over there. That's actually my city, 3 big roads picture from Sarasota. And right to the topic, what is volunteering for me? It's 5 things. First of all, developing new skills. Volunteering is a great opportunity to find something you're good at and to develop it. Motivation and sense of achievement is the second thing for me. The third thing, new experience. I think this is really important. Volunteering also provides you a new experience. Fourth thing is sending a positive signal to your employers, teachers, friends, and more. It also shows you a picture of yourself, of your commitment to your friends, family, teachers, and others. And the last thing, meeting people. I think this is one of the most important because volunteering is what is do. Actually brings people together and gives you the opportunity to find something new about the new organization and to develop your personal relationships. The second slide is pretty much the same, but the number are not the same because I know that for me the first maybe is developing new skill, but for other people's it is not. For other people's first thing is meeting people or something like that. And picture of the center and my work there. When I'm volunteering there, I feel like a leader. I think this is one of the important things. I work with kids and they're so happy to have me there and happy of our interactions. And the last thing is that our events are happening in the different places of the city, which is also important for me. Our events are mostly competitions, literature competitions, lectures, and others. And thank you for your attention.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing with us your personal experience. We listened to volunteers' reflection here, and we believe that volunteering can be also as a topic of co-working, working in a team. That's why let's shift to informal groups because we see really very good examples of informal volunteering. And now
stage is yours.
Thank you very much. Hello everyone, it's Sumit. I will show you two different pictures to you. Let me show you. One of them is that. Can you see? But you can't understand if you don't speak Turkish. I will translate it. It is our organization's summary in a 4-year. You can see the numbers. This is our budget. 0. Yeah, we collect 0 Turkish liras from other persons, but we get some foundation from the national agency, and we create 5 different projects: youth in action, youth initiative, and other projects. And this 7 number is that we participate, we involve a project in another country. We were a partner with other organizations, and we sent 30 people who don't know another country before, didn't know before, and after this project, they just has opportunity to meet another countries. And this is we use some campaigns for making awareness to the society. 2 different campaign, and we involve in national projects alone, and totally you can see the numbers. We create a system, we create a new congress in Turkey, which is called National Social and Social Responsibility Projects Congress, and we try to collect the good practices of the project, and we try to publish with the other people, other NGOs, and other volunteers. It's when we connect directly in a year 1,000 people in a year, but indirectly we connect with the maybe 100,000 people in a year with this congress. What does it mean? We are an informal group, we are not NGO, and we don't follow a system, but we have volunteers. We have 13 volunteers in a year, which they call board members, and they just try to focus on the national or international problems and try to fix it, try to solve it. And another, this is my CV. I will zoom it. It is what these NGOs, these informal groups, benefit on the volunteers. Yeah, I start here as a volunteer, and I just apply or involve different kind of project. This is the project which I run, I apply, or I just involve. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, etc. But I am an engineer. I work for the Turkish Railways. It means that I work as a professional in another platform, another company. Yeah, another company. But I do volunteering when I was free, when I was in free time. So what did on me this kind of project? What did do on me? This is This is what I learned because of the project, Photoshop or Adobe Premiere Pro or After Effects or other office programs. And also another information and communication technologies tools. I have to use this, and I start to learn this kind of things just because of the informal work. We are doing everything by own hours, by volunteers. So my last sentence is that volunteering is, for me, is do something and forget about the benefits. Just it's games. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Meet. And for me, when I met with Meet, really, I was very surprised because I was always linking volunteering with organizations, and I saw even without any organization, volunteering is quite possible. Thank you so much. And now maybe it's we can continue with university student clubs. And Olcay will mention about the Stumedia initiative, which gathers all these university clubs. Yes, Olcay?
Hello. First of all, I would like to say I have a pleasure to be here, and I am thankful to persons who arranged this conference and for inviting us. My name is Olcay. I am co-founder of Stumedia.net. I have graduated from Jalal University Industrial Engineering Department. Today I will mention that experiences about entrepreneurship, and I will refer to our website, social media website, which I found with Serkan Demir and Alper Golcu. And today, firstly, I will briefly mention my background and the development process of Stumedia.net. And lastly, I will conclude my speech, the suggestions to entrepreneur candidates. And regarding to my background, when I was studying at my university, I was a lot of member of non-governmental organizations, university clubs, and entrepreneurship academies and leadership academies. Such being the case, after I had some experiences in social platforms, I put my candidacy for presidency in our industrial engineering clubs. After I have been elected presidency, and I had a chance to apply a lot of projects. As a consequence, our student clubs was selected the best club in Turkey by National Youth Parliament. We realized a lot of legs about university students clubs. That's why they didn't connect with corporate companies, and they didn't announce their activities, and they couldn't manage their members professionally. That's why, firstly, to solve these problems and to gather most of student clubs in Turkey, right? We firstly founded öğrencikulüpleri.net. This means I can translate studentsclubs.net in English, and also you can see the previous site. This site was the first experience for us, and also these sites cover just only student clubs, and also we reached a lot of student clubs in Turkey. But also because of high demands from the student clubs and companies, and the needs of being much more professionally and to maintain sustainability in Turkey, we have transmitted our new site, which is called stumedia.net. And also you can see the stumedia.net. And stumedia.net covers both university clubs and most of students in Turkey. And also our slogan is professional social media of students. And you can see in our website the page for students, the page for companies and activity areas, and the job field for students. And we have reached a lot of student clubs. Although we have a new website, we have reached 200 university clubs from 80 different universities. It was very huge rate, and also we dealt with our targets and aimings. But also with this site, and our target is spread abroad. And firstly, when it comes to how we succeed in this project and our website, I can say easily that we had a very energetic and experienced team, and as you see, and then when the previous site, when we were working with four representatives, and after transmitting the new site, that is stumedia.net, we are working 20 representatives, and also I can say to entrepreneur candidates, and until this period, we had suffered from a lot of things, such as inadequate funds, and we didn't supply the corporate companies in the previous times. And also, it was very hard, the beginning of the entrepreneurship. But also after this period, we overcome our aims. And I think my suggestions to entrepreneur candidates, if you want to be successful in your projects, you must take risks, but also the risks must be reasonable. It is very important. For example, the previous slide we had dealt with our targets, but also we changed our site or name. We took a risk, but also we listened our users and customers, and we kept with time, and also we maintained the sustainability of our site. And I think another idea, another suggestions, you must challenge to persons who don't believe you, because a lot of people don't believe us, and also maybe if you are self-confident, most probably you will persuade the persons. And also it is very important thing is that. And if you are competent and experienced in your projects, I think you and your projects will be very successful, I think. The reason why I am here, I think I was a volunteer, and now you might see I am a volunteer and now. And as a young generation, I think with this like projects, we will shape our future in our country and our world, I think. And sometimes with continue your projects, most probably you will fall and you will stand. And most probably you will be hard days. But also sometimes if you have hardship days, you will reach your thoughts and aims. In this way, being entrepreneur, I think the most important thing is whether you are determined or not. And please don't give up your dreams, because we exist as we can imagine. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you, okay. When I listen to you and I know about the story, really, I see passion first, then knowledge and teamwork, and really it's very happy to see such examples. And now we will shift to another student club in Istanbul University. They started with a small step, with a small project, but this project then shift to volunteer academy in the university, and we will see how it happened. And Büşra, you will make your presentation in Turkish, then I will translate.
Thank you.
At the end, okay? Thank you.
Merhabalar. Sanırım bugün burada tek Türkçe sunumu ben yapacağım. Az önce de söylediğim gibi Mehmet Hocam yardımcı olacaktır. Büşra Turan ben, İstanbul Üniversitesi Sosyoloji bölümünden. Şöyle önce ben kim olduğumuzu söyleyeyim ya da burada neden bulunduğumu, kim adına bulunduğumu, yaptık, ettik derken kimi kastettiğimi söyleyeyim. Biz yaklaşık 40 kişilik, en azından içerisinde 40 kişinin emeğinin bulunduğu bir ekibiz. Proje yürütücülerimiz 2 hocamız. Bizim bölümümüzden, sosyoloji bölümünden 2 hocamız. Yusuf Adagüzel ve Murat Şentürk.
Sorry. By the way, Ümit has another idea. Says if you need, we can make translation sentence by sentence, how you want. I'm not a good translator, but I will try it. Okay?
Yes.
Okay, then I will do it. Sorry for my translation from the beginning.
Biz 40 kişilik bir grubuz. Gönüllü bir ekibiz. İstanbul Üniversitesi Sosyoloji bölümünden.
We are 40 volunteers in Sociology Club in Istanbul University.
Murat Şentürk ve Yusuf Adagüzel bizim projemizin yürütücülüğünü yapan 2 hocamız.
Murat Şentürk and Yusuf Adagüzel are the project coordinator.
Ben de projenin koordinasyonuyla ilgilendim.
And I'm the coordinator of this project as well.
Bizim ekibimizin en önemli özelliği, bugün burada zaten benim bulunmama da sebep olan şey sanırım bu. Biz gönüllü bir ekip olarak gönüllülüğü araştırdık ve daha sonra insanları, özellikle öğrencileri gönüllüye teşvik edecek bir akademi, en azından şimdilik programını oluşturduk ve uygulamaya da koyacağız inşallah.
The reason why I am here as a volunteer, we started as a group to search about volunteering, and today I will present our study to you.
Şöyle söyleyeyim, biz ilk başta yola çıktığımızda bu 2 yıllık bir çalışmayı kapsıyor. Yalnızca üniversite öğrencilerinin gönül algıları, deneyimleri ve eğilimleri İstanbul Üniversitesi örneği başlıklı bir araştırma yapmak üzere yola çıkmıştık. Daha sonra 1-1,5 yıllık kadar bir zaman sonra hocalarımız da sağ olsun bize bütçe de buldular ve biz bu araştırmayı büyütüp bir projeye dönüştürdük.
At the beginning, this project started as a 2 years project, and then with some fundings, we added 1.5 year to the project. Yes.
Projemizin adı Gönüllülük Akademisi ve Gönüllülük Eğitimleri Projesi. Bu proje kapsamında biz az önce bahsettiğim araştırmayı gerçekleştirdik. Kapsamlı bir araştırmaydı bu ve aynı zamanda bir çalıştay gerçekleştirdik.
The project was about volunteer academy and volunteer trainings. During this project, we made a in detail research and a workshop.
Yes. Ve daha sonra yani çıktıları ise bu projemizin bir gönüllü akademisiydi az önce de ifade ettiğimiz gibi ve aynı zamanda da bir web portalı, Gönüllü Ol İstanbul başlıklı bir web portalı.
And within this project, we also aim to create a platform like Be Volunteer in Istanbul. Right?
Evet, Gönüllü Ol İstanbul. Bugün ben daha çok Gönüllü Akademisi'nden bahsedeceğim. Kısaca Gönüllü Ol İstanbul portalına da değineceğim sunumun sonunda.
Today I will mention about the project, but I will also mention about this platform.
Çok kabaca araştırmamızdan bahsetmek istiyorum. Karma yöntem kullanarak gerçekleştirdik biz bu araştırmayı. Hem nicel tekniklerle hem de nitel tekniklerle 2 ayrı araştırma gerçekleştirdik.
Within this project, we used mixed techniques. Sorry, mixed methodologies. Sorry for my methodology terminology. Sorry. Yes.
Kalitatif and kantitatif.
Qualitative and quantitative methodologies.
Toplamda 2448 katılımcıyla gerçekleştirdik araştırmayı ve tamamı İstanbul Üniversitesi öğrencileriydi.
And we made this research with 2448 participants.
Aynı zamanda yaklaşık olarak 70 katılımcının gerçekleştiği de bir gönüllülük çalıştayı düzenledik.
We also made a workshop with 70 other participants.
Ve az önce de bahsettiğim akademiyi biz tüm bu çalıştay sonuçlarına ve araştırma sonuçlarına dayanarak ve tüm bu süreçte edindiğimiz tecrübelere dayanarak programını oluşturduk bu akademinin.
And we structured this academy based on this research and workshops and some other interviews.
Nasıl bir akademi? Ben çok kısa bahsedebileceğim bugün bundan. Süremiz kısıtlı olduğu için 15, bu arada şimdiden söyleyeyim, 15 Kasım'da inşallah tüm ayrıntılarıyla akademimizi tanıtacağımız bir sunumumuz da olacak. Hepinizi oraya da bekliyorum, şimdiden söyleyeyim.
Today I will mention briefly about the academy because on 15th of November we will have another nasıl bir aktiviteydi? Tanıtım programı. Presentation program like a launchman of this academy. We wait you there as well.
Bu nasıl bir akademi? Ben çok kısaca söyleyeceğim. Tüm katılımcıların gönüllü olmayı ve gönüllülük konuşacağı, dinleyeceği, göreceği, izleyeceği, tasaracağı, yazacağı ve yaşayacağı bir akademi olacak. Yani gönüllü olmayı hem yaparak hem de yaşayarak öğrenebileceği bir akademi olacak.
Participants in this academy will learn by doing, by discussing, by practicing.
Burada konuşmamın önemli bir sebebi herhalde biz hem az önce söylediğim gibi gönüllülerle gönüllülüğü araştırdık hem bir gönüllü akademisi kurduk. Üstelik de niyetimiz şimdilik organizasyonun gönüllü bir şekilde sosyoloji bölümü bünyesindeki sosyoloji kulübünü yürütmesini planlıyoruz biz bu akademi. Tamamen gönüllülük usulüne göre organizasyonda gerçekleşecek.
We structured that academy platforms and the project, but after that, Sociology Club will continue, will manage this academy.
İlk akademi programımızda 2017 bahar döneminde vermeyi planlıyoruz.
And first program will start on 2017.
Bahar.
İlkbahar, spring.
Non-formal eğitim tekniklerini kullanacağımız ve gerçek hayatta uyumlu bir perspektife sahip bir akademi olacak bu akademi.
Bir daha alabilir miyim?
Non-formal.
This activities and this training in this volunteer activities will be non-formal.
Biz akademi içeriği sayesinde katılımcılara hem kendilerini keşfetme imkanı sunmak istiyoruz, hem de bu keşfi toplum yararını gözeterek yaşamalarını istiyoruz.
First of all, in this academy, we aim to expect participants to discover themselves and then how they can use that knowledge for society.
Bunun için ne yaptık? Az önce söylediğim gibi bir araştırma gerçekleştirmiştik. Araştırmanın ilk safhası literatür taraması oldu.
For this reason, we made a research and we started with literature search.
Literatürde gönüllülük tanımlarına baktığımız zaman hepsinde ortak iki şey var aslında.
Yes, when we search on definitions of volunteering, there is two common concepts.
Bunlardan birisi maddi ya da belki hiçbir beklenti olmaksızın gerçekleştirilmesi, diğeri ise diğerlerine topluma fayda gözetilerek gerçekleştirilmesi.
First one is about free will, And the second one is about say, public benefits.
Yes.
Yes, public benefits.
Fakat bugün burada merkezde olan konumuz informal volunteerism, bireysel gönüllülük bizim için çok önemliydi. Ancak biz literatüre baktığımızda çok büyük oranda STK merkezli tanımlar yapıldığını gördük. Gönüllülüğün STK merkezli olarak tanımlandığını gördük.
Though we give very much importance to individual volunteering, we mostly faced with corporate or organizational volunteering practices.
Bizler gönüllüydük ve biz STK kapsamında gönüllü değildik. Öyleyse bu bizim için önemli bir ayrıntıydı.
We were volunteers, but we didn't have link with any NGO. That's why this was very important for us.
Aynı zamanda nicel araştırmada katılımcılarımıza sorduğumuzda, gönüllülük faaliyetinde bulunmuş olan katılımcılarımıza sorduğumuzda bunların yarısından azının faaliyetlerini STK aracılığıyla gerçekleştirdiğini fakat yarısından fazlasının farklı şekillerde gönüllülük faaliyetinde bulunduğunu gördük.
Here, in our quantitative research, we noticed that most of our participants were volunteer in non-NGO part.
Sadece STK'da gönüllülük yapabilirim ifadesine katılan katılımcıların oranı yalnızca %15'ti.
It was like 15% people participant who was thinking they can be volunteer in NGOs.
17.
Only NGOs, yeah.
Gönüllülük sadece sivil toplum kuruluşlarında yapılır diyen katılımcıların oranı ise sadece %7 idi. %80 kadar çok büyük oranda katılımcı bu ifadeye katılmıyordu. Sivil toplum kuruluşları dışında da gönüllülük yapılabileceğini düşünüyordu.
7% was thinking volunteering is just can be practiced just in NGOs. Though 80% was thinking there can be other forms of volunteering in other organizations or individual.
Sanırım bu şu anlama geliyordu. Araştırma sonuçlarımız da bizi destekliyordu. STK aracılığıyla gönüllülüğün dışında da gönüllülük yapılabilirdi.
And we think that this research has justified our, let's say, thoughts from the beginning.
Nitekim nitel araştırma sonuçlarında da grup halinde gönüllülük yapma isteğinin çok yoğun bir şekilde görüldüğünü fark ettik. Gençler grup gönüllülüğünü de önemsiyorlar. Yalnızca bireysel gönüllülük değil, bir grup halinde yola çıkarak gönüllü olmayı da merkezi bir yere koyuyorlardı.
In our qualitative research, we noticed youth also give very importance to group volunteering. They wanted to participate in group volunteering.
Öyleyse biz şunu söyleyebilirdik, hem araştırma sonuçlarımızı hem de Çalıştay'a dayanarak, bu arada ifade etmediğim Çalıştay'da da çevrim içi gönüllülük diye bir gönüllülük tipi de çokça konuşuldu.
And during this our research and workshop, by the way, we speak about online volunteering in that workshop as well.
Öyleyse karşımızda sadece STK aracılığıyla yapılan gönüllülük durmuyordu. Kurum aracılığıyla yapılan gönüllülük, bireysel gönüllülük, grup gönüllülüğü ve çevrim içi gönüllülük yapmanın farklı çeşitleriydi.
So it shows that volunteering in NGO is not just one alternative. There is also another alternatives like online volunteering, volunteering in other organizations, individual volunteering.
Öyleyse bizler akademik programını oluştururken bunu göz önünde bulundurmak durumundaydık.
So we took care about this reality when we define our schedule and program content.
Burada Gönüllü Akademisi'nin amaçlarından yalnızca bir kısmını görüyorsunuz. Tamamını koymadım. Sadece birkaç topik burada yer alıyor.
Here you see just some of aim of this academy. I will mention just some of them.
Özellikle bahsetmek istediğim iki amaç söz konusu. Bireysel gönüllülükle ilişkili olduğunu düşündüğüm iki amaç.
I want to mention especially for two aims because they are related with individual volunteering.
Biz Gönüllü Akademisi'ne katılanlar için fikir geliştirme ve fikirleri hayata geçirme gibi konularda kapasite gelişimi sağlamak istiyorduk.
We wanted to create a capacity building program for participants who have an idea and want to make it practice.
Ve aynı zamanda toplumsal sorunların çözülmesinde inisiyatif almayı teşvik etmek istiyorum.
And we also wanted to promote taking responsibility, initiative to solve some social problems.
Bir başka ifadeyle belki şöyle söyleyebilirim. Gençlerde bir potansiyel olduğuna inanıyorduk ve bunları STK olmaksızın ellerini taşın altına koyarak kendilerinin açığa çıkarmalarını istiyorum.
And we wanted to we wanted to declare the reality that volunteers can do many things without being in organizations.
Bu kabaca bizim akademimizde bulunan bileşenler, akademi içerimizde yer alan bileşenler, seminerler, film okumaları, STK ziyaretleri, yaratıcı drama atölyesi, hikaye anlatımı atölyesi gibi az önce bahsettiğim tüm gönüllülük tiplerini kapsayan ve bunlarla ilgili gençlere bir şeyler gösteren bir içeriğimiz söz konusu.
So we have a content which includes seminars, films, study visits to civil society organizations, drama workshops, and storytelling activities.
Burada da seminer başlıklarımız yer alıyor. Bunlardan özellikle 4'ünün bireysel gönüllülükle çok ilişkili olduğunu düşünüyorum.
Here you see our seminar topics, and four of them very related with individual volunteering.
Sadece başlıklarını okuyabileceğim şu an zaman dolayısıyla.
I will mention just about their topic. Yeah.
Nasıl gönüllü olunur?
How to be a volunteer.
Fikir geliştir ve hayata geçir.
How to develop an idea and practice it.
Sosyal girişimcilik.
Social entrepreneurship.
Gönüllülerle beraber çalışmak.
Working with volunteers.
Aynı zamanda şu da bizim için çok önemli bir gösterge. Bugün Gönüllü Akademisi'nin bireysel gönüllülükle kurduğu ilişkiyi burada konuşmak için.
It's also very crucial for us to mention about the link with volunteering and Volunteer Academy.
Yalnızca 2 değerlendirme kriterimiz bulunacak bizim akademiyi başarıyla tamamlamış olduklarını ifade etmemiz için.
We will have 2 criteria to mention about as finishing this program successfully.
Bunlardan birisi devam durumu. %80 devamlılık göstermelerini isteyeceğiz.
First, participation, another word? Attendance, sorry, yes.
İkincisi ise bir fikir geliştirmek ve hayata geçirmek. Onlardan beklediğimiz en önemli şey bu olacak. Bir araya gelerek özellikle bunu akademi katılımcılarının içerisinde kendi içlerinde grup oluşturmalarını isteyeceğiz. Yani bunun önü açık aslında. Kendi tercihleri olacak bu. Ve bir fikir geliştirerek bunu hayata geçirmelerini istiyoruz. Hayata geçirmeleri de bu konuda çok önemli.
Second criteria is to have an idea, to develop an idea and practice it together with groups.
Şundan kısaca bahsetmek istiyorum. Değerlendirme kriterlerimizin ne olacağı konusunda çalışmalar yürütürken ihtimallerden birisi ya da kriter olarak düşündüğümüz temalardan birisi bir STK ile çalışmak, bir STK'nın bir projesinde görev almaktır.
While we were discussing about this criteria, we discussed about taking part in one of NGO and develop an idea together.
Fakat biz STK ile çalışmak yerine az önce bahsettiğim tüm gönüllülük tiplerini de içine alan tek bir kriter koymak istedik. Bir fikir geliştirmeleri ve bunu hayata geçirmeleri.
Then we decided to include other alternatives and develop an idea with other alternatives.
Bu arada bahsetmedim, 8+2 haftadan oluşan bir program. Bu toplamda 60 saatlik bir uygulama gerçekleşecek.
By the way, program is 8 plus 2 weeks and totally 60 hours.
Sunumun başında söylemiştim. Bir de web portalı var. Gönüllü Ol İstanbul portalı. Yalnızca şimdilik en azından yalnızca İstanbul Üniversitesi öğrencilerinin kullanabileceği bir portal bu.
And we also have a portal which means Be Volunteer Istanbul. By the way, Istanbul is Istanbul University or all Istanbul? For now, it's just Istanbul University because and it's for the beginning. Maybe it will expand later.
Yes, maybe. Şimdilik yazılım bütçe dolayısıyla yazılım imkanlarımız kısıtlıydı ve yalnızca STK'larla gönüllüleri bir araya getirebiliyoruz.
Because of budget limits, we just succeeded to bring together volunteers and some organizations.
Fakat altyapı imkanlarına kavuşmamızla birlikte ilk hedeflerimizden birisi grup gönüllülüğünü bu portal üzerinden mümkün kılabilmek.
But with some development on infrastructure, we also aim to include group volunteering in this portal.
Az önce de bahsetmiştim zaten. 15 Kasım'da İstanbul Üniversitesi Kongre ve Kültür Merkezi'nde projemizin tanıtım programı olacak. Gönüllüakademisi.org ve Gönüllüoğlu İstanbul siteleri de 15 Kasım itibariyle hizmete sunacak ödevliyim. Teşekkür ederim beni dinlediğiniz için.
I'm sorry. First for her, then for me. Okay. Can I go back? Yeah. As I mentioned before, we will have a lancement meeting on 15th of November. You are all welcome. We will make a lancement meeting at Istanbul University Congress Center. You may also visit websites and social media. Thank you very much. Okay. Here individual volunteering, then we shift to university clubs, and then one university club turn to academy. And here we mentioned about some software, something like that, but maybe someone has already thought about it and did something. Mehmet will mention about Google, volunteer pool. You may come here, you may how you want.
Hello. Hello, sleepy people. Good morning, first of all. I hope you will have enough energy to listen to me. I have a very, very short presentation. I promise it won't take more than 5 minutes. The presentation itself, not my speech. Okay?
More than 5.
No, I said the presentation will take 5 minutes. Then you can start. Okay, my name is Mehmet Çetin. I describe myself as a volunteer. And what I've done in past, I will just sum up it. I actually didn't know what exactly I should prepare to present here. That's why I made a summary of my past and the screenshot of my website. That's everything what I have here. Before I start my presenting of my website, I would like to share my own experiences as an individual volunteer. As you see, my name is Mehmet Çetin and I call myself only a single volunteer, nothing more. And generally in the places where I go, people try to present me instead of I present myself. I don't know why. I call myself only volunteer and people want to put some title for me. But anyway, I have some titles. I'll show them. How I started to volunteer, actually in time, I started my volunteering process in 2006, but this was not the first thing actually for me, because for me I'm volunteering since I'm 7, because I was already taking part in these voluntary theater clubs, these taekwondo workshops and stuff. But in 2006, it was in a youth center in Osmaniye, Turkey, which is in the southern part of Turkey. That's why I put this as an informal presentation that I start this week like 2006, but for me it's more than 10 years already. Then, after volunteering there 2 years, I will not tell you what I did, but I was volunteering. After that, I did another volunteering in Gaziantep Youth and Culture House. Then, after that, I discovered some international programs such as EVS. I have been 6 months EVS volunteer in Poland, working in a youth camp, youth leadership camp. I was very lucky guy who have been there for 6 months and had experienced all these trainings, these non-formal learning methods, and volunteering in a bigger and intercultural atmospheres, let's say. This also allowed me to be a trainer, by the way, because it was a youth leadership camp, designed with non-formal learning methods. After that, I start being a facilitator or moderator or trainer, however you call it. But I was working mostly on the non-formal methods, non-formal learning methods. In 2011, when I'm done with my EBS and still I was volunteering in several places, I was invited to be a board member in Gaziantep Youth and Culture House, which was my sending organization to abroad, and I was also part of volunteer team there, almost like 3-4 years. After that, in 2013, accidentally some people believed that I can do something. I'm not a stupid, let's say. Then people encouraged me to establish our own organization, which was called Youth Information Center. I was like founder president of that organization for 2 years. And in 2014, I was already working in the team, in the field, like as a president of this organization, as a trainer, and also some other multitasks as well. In 2013, I could say what I started online volunteering. Büşra already mentioned about how Büşra is. Yes, Büşra already mentioned what is online volunteering. Actually, I start in a higher level for this because, as you may know, there is a campaign presented by the Council of Europe. It's called No Hate Speech Movement. So I'm the legal representative of that campaign in Turkey, and I'm also one of the European online activists of that campaign, which means that we are working for human rights education online. So it's an online volunteering program, but we are also making offline actions. For example, 2 days later, we have, I guess it's 2 days. No, today, or today or tomorrow, I'm not sure, because I'm mixed with the dates. I was traveling all the time. So we have one online campaign today, again, fighting against anti-Semitism and fascism, for example. So this is a campaign to raise up for human rights education online. Then in 2013, after all my friends were following the same path, we have lack of this information gathering in one place. So we had one idea, which is called pool, which means volunteers, organizations, and projects pool, which is a database that we created. It was founded in 2013. It's still running. It's 3.5 years old already. I will also mention about this a little bit. After that, I was also awarded, let's say, with the people that encouraged me again to establish one another organization, which was a little bit aiming something different. Because the first organization that I was working as a president was Youth Information Center, aiming for online volunteering, working on human rights, and informing people about European opportunities, free opportunities, such as EVS, youth exchanges, training courses, or seminar, or whatever, in abroad. Actually, this also gave us more ideas to contribute on Hukul idea. In time, Hukul was developing. And in the second phase, we have established another organization, which called Youth Work Association, because the previous organization was working mostly on information, but this one is working mostly with the implementation. So this is like quite different works. It seems very similar to the work we did, but it's quite different for us. After that, I was also invited by the organization called International Labour Association. So I'm also one of the founder members of this organization. I'm still working in the board member with Mr. Mehmet. He is our president. I'm also thankful for him to invite me in that organization as well. In the same year, I was also invited to be a member of the trainers pool by Turkish National Agency. So I'm also working with them. In the same time, like I'm working as a trainer, like with the Council of Europe, with the Turkish National Agency as a freelancer as well. Also in the university where I work now, which started in 2014, Istanbul University was invited me to work with them as an Erasmus Plus executive. In time, we had a plan to implement something professionally in youth work. This caused us and also allowed me to establish a youth center. It's called Youth Work Application and Application and Research Center. I'm also founder manager of that center in the university. Now our next plans are upcoming, which is like putting a optional class to be selected by the students, which is on volunteering, and implementing one class with the non-formal methods, and also opening a new master department, which is called NGO Management and Governance. Yeah. So this is our next plans. So we are going to work on them in next 1 year, actually. I hope in next 1 year we will have all these plans implemented already. And what else? The last one is, as I said, that the Youth Work Association, I was also board member before. This year, luckily, I was elected as a president of that organization as well. So I don't know, sometimes people make fun of me. They say that the president of everything. So this is what I'm doing actually. But for me, these are all like some tools to make the life better for everyone. That's why we have something that we call it our baby. It's called Kukul, as I told you. I will just mention about this. This photo was taken yesterday, but I will show you directly the website. I think we have this internet connection here. Yes. So this is the website actually called Pool, which means Volunteer Organization Projects Pool that we have created. This is the current working page, but it was very, how do you say, amateur in the beginning. We cannot call it very professional now because we are still having like a lot of problems in the background with the database, with the securities, with the protection of data, and also cookies and stuff. But we can say that this is the most professional website ever on databasing volunteering programs, volunteering profiles, and organizations. The statistics are very clear right now. It's, I should F5 for the new statistic. Yeah, 10,918 people registered in the website as a volunteer. I should also make the website in English. It's like Facebook. You can use it in other languages, but here is some, okay. So you can see here, almost 11,000 volunteers registered in the system. It's not only Turkish volunteers, because the website is not only in Turkish, it's English and Turkish right now. We had Italian before, but now the support from Italian team was cut, that's why it's only in English and Turkish. We have 105 organizations registered in the system, 99 projects now on application that people go and apply, and 110 trainers are in the system. Trainers tool is just added like several months ago. That's why in the name we have only volunteers, organization, and projects, not the trainer. But this is also database for trainers. What I can say is sum up, like this is very easy platform. When you go on the find project, you can here there is a searching tool. You can just click where you want to find the project. Here on the map you can also click directly. But here is the list as well. For example, here is a call that added by one organization. If you go, I'll show you one in English, for example. There is a 10-month EVS project in Romania, for example. You click on it and you see all the details of the program, which says where it's located, by whom it's presented and accepted applications, where is it, and what is the deadline, what is the selection time, when it starts and when it finishes, and like project subject, and you can see also type of project. You can also make it very easy, and project activity details. And if there is any financial support, you can see all of them. And in the end, if you like this project, and you can apply online, you just need to sign up and make up your profile, and online application is possible. You don't have to create anything with the email, you don't have to send any, you don't have to make call or whatever. It's like a job web test, you know, you go online, you create your CV and you apply. That's how it works. And on the other hand, let me just log in to show you better. Okay. When you say find volunteer as well, in the system you can also find volunteers with your own needs. For example, you need volunteers living in Turkey, living in Ankara, for example. And you can say that speaking English, for example, yes, required. And gender, let's say, yeah, I don't know. No, I'm just making like easy. Find it female. It can be having a driving license. For example, your volunteering program may require something like this. You can say, yes, I want to see who have also profile pictures. And when you say search, it will directly show you the people registered in the program. You can directly make contact with them, sending message like on social networking, as from your volunteer profile, from your organization profile, or from your trainer profile. You have 3 different profiles in the website, or you can directly go to the profile of anyone that you would like to connect, and you can see their profile, full profile, like what they have done. For example, this lady didn't fill up her profile very well, but if it was written, as you said, you can see like everything about her. Her birthday, her living city, like the gender or the languages that speaks, about voluntary background, and the passport information if you need. For example, you need someone who have a green passport or visa who can travel tomorrow to Albania. I don't know. You can just see all these details, and also volunteering motivation, also volunteering experiences in past if it's filled up, and references that she has, or the contact information that you may need. In case you would upload, you could also see her CVs in Europass or Europaid format or whatever. This is very possible, but she didn't fill up. So this is how it's working. Finding organization session is another session that is also working, like you are looking organization, for example, in Romania. You are just clicking here Romania and making. You can also include the city, but I'm just putting Romania. See, there is one organization registered from Romania. So you can just make research in this way. We are not very well known in Europe yet, but in future we are planning to make some advertisement work in Europe, also in other side of Europe. So this is how it's going to be. And also find trainer is the same, like if you need a trainer who is living in Turkey, Istanbul, experienced on some level, blah, blah, you can see all this is the same, similar searching tool is working here, and you can just make your call, and in case you like to reach, for example, this trainer you would like to connect and ask for, and you can see like what these trainers are doing, what's their background, where they are working, how is their work experience, education pathway, whatever you want to see about them, you can see here very easily. And the last one is tool for the organizations. In case you are going to apply for a project, you can create your partnership call here. For example, this Euravon project was in the, let's say, planning part. You can just write your application code and just edit here and disseminate to the other partners who can be candidate to be partner of your project. This is also how it's going to work. It's like very simple block. I will show you. Like this is a partnership call, for example. It says that there is a project called Combating Hate Speech Online. So we are looking partners from European countries who are like informal groups, NGOs or whatever. So you can also create your whole call here, and also if needed, you can also upload your documents attachment, and you can put your info for contact details, and they can directly contact with you. And the blog is like quite free space for everyone. You can create your own blog as a personal volunteer or organization or trainer. You go here and just, there is also categories that might be interesting for you. So you can directly go and read them. For example, what I can show, there is blog. There is, by the way, I will show you something which is why I'm also including this. In the main site, in the home page, let's say, there is a search button working like the search button of Facebook. You know, when you type there anything, it shows you everything related with your type. For example, if you are writing here Europe, I'm writing it in Turkish, and say search, it shows you everything contains Europe in the website. For example, projects, you see, organizations having the name Europe inside, volunteers, there is one, trainers, who no one mentioned about it, blogs, see, for example, blogs about European voluntary service, how to go to European voluntary service, or how to get a Schengen visa from Europe for 5 years. You see, like is like a searching tool for everything you can find in this. And in the account part, it's quite simple. As I said in the beginning, there is an option to be a member of the website as a volunteer, as an organization, or as a trainer. So these are like, there are 3 different kinds of profile management. So this is my volunteer profile, organization profile, and the trainer profile. And if you register your organization, by the way, your organization doesn't have to be an organization, like legally. It can be informal group, university, or as a department, or NGO, foundation, association, whatever it is. If you call yourself an organized group of social workers, so you can just go here. In case you would like to make this everything in the city. You can see here, like add a new project, list the project applications. You can see and preview and select between them. And you can also ask extra questions in case you are accepting application for your projects. And from the database, you can search from here as well. And partnership proposal and the X proposals, you can also review and change or edit or publish and republish here. And there is also call for volunteers, which is still not working because we didn't get support to make a how to say, group emailing, but we have one big support that send SMS to volunteers. This is working and it's for free. For example, your organization would like to connect someone who is registered in the system. You mean you are registered in the system, yes?
Yeah.
Do you think your number was
No,
indicated? No.
I don't know. Just let's see.
I don't know. Anyway, you just select your member from the list. You can write anyone's name here and just send your SMS, and that will send SMS and show you that. And it's your number?
Yeah, everyone.
Yeah. You can say it.
Yeah.
So that's how it's working actually. So you can just send email. You can,
Yeah.
So you can just send email to volunteers and make an online call. For example, if you have a meetup this Saturday, you can just make a call to everyone for free and you can just invite them to your events. So this is actually a website. What I can say more about this, I don't know. This is it. That's what I was invited to present here. And thank you for listening my sleepy presentation.
Okay, thank you so much. And here, yes, I have a question. Sorry? Yeah, then I will shift to question. Yeah, now. It was a database, and thank you, Mehmet, for detailed presentation. Whenever we think about volunteering, we also should consider about ecosystem. In business, for example, we are speaking about clusters, right? Whatever clusters do really also need in volunteering. Different initiatives, different organizations, volunteers, different kinds of volunteering fields should somehow communicate with each other to solve some problems or let's say compensate with each other. If we speak about, for example, volunteering academy, in volunteering academy, one of the problems may be sustainability because students may change within time, project managers may change, but what will happen for the volunteer academy? So if we link with, for example, informal groups, informal student groups, if we link with university clubs, and if we use such databases, if quality volunteers will be within the academy, then we may say that this structure will continue and will develop. That's why these presentations, I hope they will give you an insight about how we need for cooperation between different kinds of initiatives. And I think these are all entrepreneurial initiatives. I hope you enjoyed. Now, I think it's time to ask questions if you have. Yeah, microphone. Please also say the name or to whom you are asking.
Hello, I'm Savas from Cyprus. I would like to ask about the Workpool platform. Is the source code available through GitHub or code repository available on the internet in order to replicate in other countries or?
Is it open source?
Hello. As I understand, you are asking me if it's possible to give some, how to say, like cooperation to some other organizations
No,
to disseminate in other
question
countries?
is if the source code is available in internet, in public.
Yes, it's online. You can just go pull that
Source code platform.
No, it's not open source. No.
I suggest you to open it because I believe that you will have a lot of benefit. and actually it will be developed in a community, and it's much more better.
This is not working, but I guess you can hear me. We didn't decide to open for open source yet because we are planning to cooperate with some other countries, with some other organizations to implement and open the website there as well, to make one website on top, not like many websites within the same thing. It's like a big decision. We didn't take that decision.
Yeah, but you can do it. There are examples that you can do this distributed website, and it looks like one website. Like I can suggest you later if you want.
Yeah, I understand.
It's diaspora. It's social network diaspora. It working like this. It's distributed servers, but with different domains. But it's like one website. I mean, if it's an organization registered in a server in Cyprus, for example, someone can conduct it from a server from Turkey.
Okay.
And it's more safe.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's another question.
Hello, my name is Daria. Since yesterday we are visiting some organizations. Today we have some presentations in the morning from agencies, representatives of agencies and ministry, the Ministry of Youth and Sports. They also provide information about online platforms they were working on to bring together the volunteers and organizations. And I see from these presentations that there are also youth initiatives in that regard. But they also said, all of them, the lack of funds I think is a problem for these youth initiatives. My first question is, how do they are these youth initiatives funding themselves? And the second is, maybe this question could go to the agency and ministry representatives, but how could they promote and support more these kind of initiatives coming from youth themselves?
Yes. Who wants to answer? Yeah.
Actually, you're right about that. I guess everyone can hear me, yes? It's well enough? Yeah, okay. The project that when we started, there was no any other initiative that creating a database for volunteering or organizations, actually. And this was, as you said, we were already taking initiative to connect with the agencies or with the ministries. But the problem in Turkey is very quite politic. If you are not from any governmental political side, your project doesn't like that. It's not necessary at all. So that's how it's working. The government don't have the potential of young people to enter that website, and who have that potential don't have the fundings to make it together. That's the biggest problem in Turkey, and that's the biggest problem of the world, I guess. So this is how it's. I don't know if there is any answer for your question, but this is how it is.
Maybe this kind of projects, your efforts are recognized better also in Turkey by official bodies as well. So keep going.
We will see. We are open for any discussion that comes to us.
Yes. Yeah. By the way, it doesn't have to be a question. If you have any remarks, please, welcome. You are welcome.
Very impressive. Congratulations, actually. We keep in touch.
With whom? Forrest is with whom?
With everyone. It's an amazing job, right?
And,
well done.
Okay. Then let's finalize with a few final words. We can start how you want. Yeah.
Ladies first.
Ladies first.
Want to start in English? No, I can't speak English. I can't do this.
Just it is not formal learning, you know. If you push yourself, you can speak.
Evet.
You have
But
verbs.
not now, please.
You already doing.
Burada olmak benim için gerçekten önemliydi. Hem kendi adıma hem proje ekibimiz adına.
It was really great pleasure for me to be here by means of personal and organization.
Açık konuşmak gerekirse sabahki oturumlardan ziyade bu oturum da benim için belki ekstra önemliydi.
And this session was also very important for me.
Çünkü yalnız olmadığınızı gördüm diyebilirim sanırım.
And I noticed we are not alone.
Yani gençler olarak bu işe baş koyduğumuzda gerçekten neler yapabiliyormuşuz. Ben de kendi adıma bizzat bunu gördüm ve bu yüzden ekstra mutluyum.
And as a young, I noticed what we can do together. That's why I'm very happy to be here.
Okay. Hello again. It is very good to be in here and present my association. Not association, it's informal work. But there's missing something. We need young people who need to listen these kind of volunteering things in Turkey actually, because they thought that there has to be volunteering an NGO or big association or public body or big things, but big things created by little things. They just skipping this detail. So I'm really happy being in here, and I hope you can pay it forward with young people around you, and maybe make them courage or make them motivate to do something creative, do something valuable for society or human, or just maybe for themselves. Just motivate them. Thank you.
Okay.
Hello again. I have a pleasure to be here, and we discussed to be volunteer, entrepreneur, and informal groups. Today we are very lucky because maybe after this conference we will collaborate with each other maybe. And also, for example, before coming in here, I heard that any entrepreneur, for example, Mehmet, found a book. But also, I didn't meet with Mehmet, but maybe we will collaborate with each other and we will grow up together after this project. And also, I will say again, we are very lucky, and thank you very much for inviting us and to persons who arrange this conference.
Hello again. I will say that I'm very happy to be here. This is opportunity to learn new things and to gain experience. So thank you for having me here.
Thank you so much. Yes, sir.
Again for me. Of course, it was a pleasure for me to be here with you. I hope it will be a first step many in the future. I think that young people, especially young people who are volunteering, are the people who can change the atmosphere in the world. We can do the things which are impossible for politicians, for example.
Thank you so much. And it's your turn. Thank you for your listening me, and I'm sorry for the sleepy presentation. We really thank you for your participation. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm sure whatever we are thinking here about cooperation, also something you think among yourselves and with these organizations. And I hope new Euravon projects will arise from this stage. Thank you very much for your participation. Now, I think we will make an announcement first. Yeah, please.
I invite Abdulkadir to the role for give a certificate of participant. Abdülkadir Zıroğlu hocamızın
Bir cümle sonra zannettik öyle bir şey.
hediyelerini takdim etmek üzere sahneye davet ediyorum.
Buraya bakalım. Kadir Hocam. Kadir Hocam buraya bakalım. Toplu fotoğraf ama herkes...
Katılımlarınız için teşekkür ederiz. Toplu fotoğraf için hepinizi sahneye bekliyoruz. I invite all of you to the stage for take a picture. Thank you for your participation.